I'll get you some bologna in a minute. Shut up. Geez, he's been gone for months and he's already asking for bologna again. Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanding Universe, show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Folks, we're going to stick with the books because boy do I love me some books. And we're going to talk about Elizabeth Hand. What? Yes, we're going to talk about her and Boba Fett's number 4 book called Boba Fett Hunted. And this one, Fett goes to work for Jabba the Hutt. And he's on a mission. He's trying to impress the gangster, but he's also going up against competition. That competition would be Dirge. You remember Dirge, right? He was in Tartarsky's Clone Wars. He's also in a few of the comic books. And did you know that this is his only appearance in a novel? Isn't that a shame? Dirge. I freaking love Dirge. He was super scary when I watched Tartarsky's Clone Wars. Like, oh geez, how are they going to beat someone like that who can just form back up again? How do you kill him? Of course, the comic books later told us. But I was like, that's amazing. That's incredible. That's really cool. And yet, besides a few appearances in the comic books and this novel, this children's novel, we don't see him at all. I was very disappointed. Dirge, I think, could have been a very interesting character. It's like, well, Aura Singh got dropped off after episode 1. They did a bunch of stuff, forgot about her in 2. And then after 3 came out, and Filoni's Clone Wars actually came out and kind of dusted off her character and brought her back, you got to see her in a few more comic books. But Dirge didn't get the same treatment. He was just totally ignored in Dave Filoni's Clone Wars, even though I don't know why. I thought he was a really cool character. He kept Ventress. I mean, why not keep Dirge too? Because I thought he was just as powerful and just as interesting. Probably more interesting than having a dark Jedi. You know, Ventress wasn't really a Sith. But regardless of all that, what I think about the book, again, Elizabeth Hand does a really good job in The Hunted, and I think it's a really good book and definitely worth your time. I think the Boba Fett books are all worth your time. But this one was actually really good. Now, going from there, I'm going to have to take you to the Star Wars Insider. I'm going to give you 2 short stories back to back, both by Aaron Alston, which happened around this time. Now, the first one you can find in Star Wars Insider 65. It's called The Pengalan Tradeoff. Now, in this story, Joram Kith crash lands on the planet Pengalan 4 and discovers a secret separatist weapons facility, and he must destroy it. Ooh, Matt, what happened? Give me your thoughts. Wait. There's another Joram Kith story written by Aaron Alston that goes right after these events. And it's in Star Wars Insider 73 called League of Spies. And he leads a mission to rescue a Republic intelligence agent who is stuck on a planet that just went to the Separatist. So, I'm not going to talk much about these short stories because, like I said, they're very short and anything else I tell you about would probably ruin it. Are these worth your time? Yes. Joram Kith as a character is really interesting, and Aaron Alston, I mean, you guys know how good he is, but just to give you an example, these 2 short stories really show how talented he is because he only has a couple of pages to get you to care about this character. And you're hooked after the 2nd page. You're like, all right, I bought into this character. I'm ready for this adventure. Let's do it. And then later on when they brought him back, you're like, hey, it's my buddy, Joram Kith. He's back. I was really hoping that Aaron Alston would come back every so many issues of Star Wars Insider and write another adventure. I could have read about him all day long. I thought he was an interesting character. So, you know, that just shows you the brilliance of Aaron Alston's writing. Now, do these connect to anything else in Aaron Alston's stories or anyone else's stories? Not to my knowledge. There are no continuity connections. But it's just a fun, 2 fun separate adventures. In fact, you don't even have to read them. You read them in that order because that's how they happen chronologically. But you don't have to, you're not missing something if you skip to League of Spies, because it really doesn't reflect much. I mean, you'll miss some of the character setup of Joram Kith, which is a shame. And again, Star Wars Insider issues, hard to come by. If you ever find them, definitely pick them up. But if you're trying to look for some good stories and you like Aaron Alston, these 2 short stories should fit the bill. All right, folks, that's all the time I have for now. I'll see you next time.